Welcome to Business Avenue, your portal for relevant tidbits for your career in business. My name is Edwin Jamna. Now, in this presentation, we are going to be looking at certain behaviors we must employ to take our business to greater heights. The first you must do is to get your business registered if you haven't by now. So you have to make sure you register it with the Registrar General's Department or the Food and Drugs Authority if necessary. Okay. When you do so, you are given certain documentations that prove to the existence of the business. Also, you will be able to open a bank account once your business is registered, and we'll touch on the essential benefits of that later. You should also be thinking of registering with trade bodies, associations, corporations, trade unions. The benefit of that is that they try and circulate businesses among themselves before they push it out. They'll first look for somebody who has the capability of executing a job that comes up. Okay, so your chances of getting businesses to grow your venture becomes high when you are part of that body. Okay, the second thing you must do is to separate your business's activities from that of your personal life. Okay, at this level, many of us do virtually everything in the business. So you go to the market, buy the raw material, come and transform them into finished goods, liaise with the customers, get the payment and transfer them into your bank account. Okay, so there will be a very faint demarcation between your personal and your professional life. If care is not taken, you would have one aspect of your life affecting the other. One thing we can do to avoid that is having a schedule for the day. Know what you are supposed to do at every point in time. So you know that from this time to this period, I'm supposed to be engaged professionally. And if you have anything to run personally, you also capture it in your schedule so that at the end of the day, you will be able to fulfill every responsibility of your life and have nothing short. The third thing we must do is to have the right cost for our product. So when I talk about cost, is how much gets involved for you to have your raw materials transformed into finished goods, or how much you will spend into executing a service. So the cost is not limited to the physical material or labor or expenses you incur in discharging or producing the product. It involves prorating the equipment or the tools you use in your business and adding it to your product. That is what we call the overhead or depreciation. Because if you don't get every aspect of the business in the cost, you will be using a portion of your capital or your profit in settling them, which will take a toll on your business. So sit down, take time, estimate whatever cost that is necessary to transform or execute your service and have them in the cost of production before you add the desired profit on it and get a selling price. Also, the selling price must be carefully estimated, not just slapping any profit on your cost, having your selling price and then giving it out to your customers before they can have access to your product. Selling price can be a strategy. People price their product low to gain entry into the market, to draw people's attention to their product, for them to use it and then stay loyal. In another vein, selling price can be used to seclude the product to a particular group of people, like Rolls-Royce does. They price their product very high so that a certain class would be able to patronize their goods or services. Okay, so don't just get up and use any method to get your selling price. Once you get your cost, you put your profit on it, because if you price your product low, some aspect of the business can mistake it for inferiority or mediocrity. Okay, so you have to study the market and know what amount you are going to quote as profit to arrive at your selling price. The next thing we have to do is to carve a niche for ourselves. Stand out tall in the business. In as much as there are other competitors in the market, your product should draw people to you. There must be a reason why somebody should choose to do business with you, ignoring others. Okay, you shouldn't just do the business like any other person. Okay, so you can focus on one aspect. So if you are into the production or the preparation of food, okay, you can just focus on one delicacy. People just focus on producing rice, and even the rice, they can choose preparing jollof, and they can prepare the jollof in such a way that the taste is different from what is prevailing on the market. So when somebody wants to eat jollof, the taste come in mind, and they only have one option to deal with you. Your packaging can also give you a niche. Even your competence, your integrity can make you stand out tall in the business. So try and be different from other competitors in the market. Give people less option to come to you. You can also do so by having a target market. Don't focus on the general population because you think you want to make more money. Target a portion of them. You can do business serving females in a particular sector. Try and find a portion of the business and channel your activities to. When you have a particular portion of the business and you channel all your activity, it becomes more productive than spreading your limited resources into a vast market. The next thing we must do is to have a professional mindset. Okay, we have to input structures, we have to input rules and regulations, we have to input principles in our business. Run them like a 5-star business. Even though you have started now, you have to input it in day one. Don't wait for your business to get to a certain level before you start acting that way. Okay, so even if you employ somebody into your business, you have to give them documentation, give them appointment letters, state the rules of engagement in it. If you are dealing with clients, you should give them working hours when they are supposed to engage you. I know many people work outside their working hours, but it has to be stated. Make things easier for your clients to deal with you. Some food vendors will give you a cut-off time for your food to be delivered to you at a particular time. So they will tell you if you want your food coming in at say 12, your orders must come in latest by 8. So the rules are set. Learn to speak professionally when you're answering the phone. Let them know that you are an expert. You know what you are about. Okay, when somebody criticizes you, you have to be able to react or respond maturely. You also need to have proper documentation for your activities. You buy things from the market, you get receipts or invoices, then you file them. The next thing we'll talk about is to be inspired by the achievements of people and do not copy them. Copying is lifting what they are doing and just dumping them into your business, whether it is right for you or not. So when you're inspired, you see somebody doing something, you pick the concept of their action, analyze them, see where your business will fit into what they are doing, how it will help you. Analyze the time and whether it's appropriate for you to implement it at that time. Recently, I saw a friend who runs an advertising agency do an artwork promoting his business. It was a spiral artwork. It was very beautiful, and I spoke to him and told him to do one for my business. And what he told me was that artwork will not fly for mine. I am into business presentation, I am into coaching, I am into discussion. So it will not help me. So he told me he will do one that will fit my profile. It's not everything that is also going to be cost effective for you. For all you know, they have a friend that did a professional work for them, charging them little or nothing. If you copy it, you would have to spend money that is supposed to be channeled in another area into getting exactly what was done. Okay, I know there are so many things on social media that you see that you want to copy, thinking that it will grow your business. The next point is to have a growth mindset. Don't be thinking at staying where you are, even for a second. Always be looking into the future. Anybody you come into contact with, try and find out what they can do or how you can improve your activities. Your performance today must be better than what you used to have yesterday. When you are walking around town, be looking at things that will help you improve on your product. I am into business presentation. Okay, so nowadays when I'm watching news, the way they present the title, the way they present the content catches my attention. In as much as I'm looking at getting information from the news that they are presenting, I'm looking at the various artworks that come in, the various animations that fly, how they present their information, how they dress, how they speak. I'm always looking at it because I want to improve on my craft. Next point is to dream of the future, but live by the present. Okay, the future is where your aim is. You have to dream of how you want your business to be, where you want to take your business to. If you want your business to be 5-star, you have to dream of it. If you want to have 1,000 employee base business, you have to think of it. Okay, you can even print it out boldly, notably hang it in a space where you always come into being. It gives you the motivation to keep moving, even when you stumble and fall. The dream sets a destination for you, which gives you the chart you must path. If you don't have a dream, you are like somebody who is driving without a destination. When they get to an intersection, they don't have a designated path they have to chart. They just take any of them and it will lead them astray. Now, in as much as it is ideal, you have to be dreaming of the future. The present is what is supposed to tell you how you must live. The present circumstances will tell you which actions to employ. Nobody lives the dream. Okay, dreams are materialized or they are manifested before the people live it. So because you want to have 1,000 employee based business, it doesn't mean you have to start employing people to do the work for you. and you use the limited funds that could have been channeled into other areas in the business. When you do so, you will be cutting yourself short into getting to your destination. So if you are the only person in the business, in as much as you are dreaming of having many employees, you have to do everything by yourself. If it means going to the market, get the raw materials, come, blend them or transform them into finished products, liaise with the client, sell them, get feedback from them, respond, get the money into your various accounts, pay suppliers yourself, you must do that. That is what the present is dictating. When you do so, it helps you to learn the various aspects of your business. So when the time comes and you become the manager or occupy a managerial position, you have the wherewithal to be able to manage the business perfectly. The next point is set money aside for the business. We know the profit that comes on the business is supposed to be for the owner. It is okay, but try and set a portion of it down for the business's activities. In accounting, we call it retained earnings. So when you get $1,000 profit for a day, in as much as you are entitled to take all of them, just take, let's say, $700 or $800 and leave the $200 sit in the business for them to take advantage of certain opportunities, because there are three ways of raising funds. We have the business's own funds. We have equity, where you invite people to be owners, okay, and pay for you to have certain money for certain activities. And there is debt, where you go for loans or invite people to give you facilities to invest in your business. Of the three, the most expensive is the debt, because their interest must be paid irrespective of the business generating profit or not. Now with the equity or the shares, holders get their returns when the business makes or declares profit. With the retained earnings, it is at no cost. So it is better to prepare towards having certain monies which will help you to make more returns when you use it than going for the other two. So when you have certain money set aside for the business, there are certain one-off opportunities that the business will come into contact with that they will have to take advantage of. That money will come in handy because, one, it is less expensive. Two, it is timely. I mean, it's time consuming to get shareholders to give you funds to take advantage of those opportunities. And it definitely takes time for banks or financial institutions to give you a facility to use it for whatever purpose you deem fit. That money in the business still belongs to the shareholder, but it is not in their access. Okay, eventually when it grows, the shareholders can use it for whatever they need. The next thing we must concern ourselves with is that help is not our entitlement. You're not entitled for help. Help is discretionary. So when you seek a particular assistance from somebody, the person has the right to refuse you, no matter the relation existing between the two of you. So as a business person, when somebody turns you down, you are not supposed to be bitter. You only get bitter when you think the person must come through for you. There are many situations why somebody will decide not to assist you. The first reason is that the person might not even be in the position to help you. You think the person can help you, but the person's real situation cannot allow him or her to do so. The second is that the person's assistance is not what you need at that particular point in time. You might need a push or an encouragement to keep moving on, but you are expecting financial assistance from the person. Okay, so there's a way that God is going to cause the person to disappoint you and get the right help for that moment. And there are some people that are supposed to help you in the future. So if you get bitter and you cut them off, you are cutting off your future or you are extending your progress. As a business person, you always have to be reasoning about things, not allow your emotions to get the better parts of you. The next point is not to compromise on your principles. Ideally, the owner's principle must be similar to that being run in the business. I'm not talking about your dislike. So if you dislike a certain activity, okay, it is different from you not doing it on principle. I don't smoke just because on principle I think it's harmful to my health. So there's no way I'm going to invest in a tobacco industry or engage in a business that promotes smoking. Okay, anything that abhors you should not be seen in your business. Your business is a reflection of you. In as much as there must be separation, the business was set up for a purpose. Okay, so whatever principle that you have must be replicated in the business, and whatever business that you have must reflect in the kind of actions that you take. If at a point you think that your principles are no longer reasonable, you must first change them before you go out and act. There shouldn't be any point in time that your actions are contrary to your principles. It doesn't speak well of your business, and you will lose credibility and trust from potential clients and business partners. The next point is that you have to understand service. Service is putting your customers ahead of you, no matter the level of your expertise, no matter the level of your growth. Customers must be king. You don't set an appointment with a customer and have him wait for you. Ideally, you should wait for your customer. If the customer complains, you take it with all seriousness and address it. You serve the customer to the best of your knowledge. You don't take a customer for granted. He is bringing you their problems for you to solve and give you returns. Without the customer, your business will collapse. Also, you have to understand that you don't have leverage over your employees. In as much as you are paying them or giving them an opportunity to earn a living, they're also giving you an opportunity for you to have returns on your investment. They're helping your business to grow, for it to get to a height where it will serve your interest and serve humanity at large. So it is an exchange of services. So folks, this is where we are going to bring our discussion to an end. I believe we have made great impact on you, and we believe with these ideas that we have shared, when they are properly implemented, we believe that you will be scaling the heights of progress in your business to serve your needs and serve humanity at large. So we'll come to you again with another episode. Take care of yourself and stay blessed. My name is Edmond Jamana. Adios.